Cassia Ripple Mirage Claw. The dunes whispered secrets to Cassia, or Ripple, as most knew her. The luminous desert wasn't a place for stillness, but Ripple found solace in its rhythm. Each grain of sand held a memory, a reflection of lives lived and lost. She wasn't a scholar, or a priestess, but a protector, a mirage claw, sworn to safeguard the desert's fragile balance. But Ripple yearned for more than just guarding. She craved understanding. Old Man Hemlock, the desert's keeper of lore, spoke of the shifting sands, a legendary realm where reflections became reality, and the past could be revisited. It was dismissed as myth, a story to frighten children. But Ripple felt a pull, a resonance within her, telling her it wasn't just a tale. Then came the raiders, the obsidian hand, seeking to plunder the desert's hidden springs. They weren't after water, they were after a relic, a sunstone, said to amplify one's own echo, twisting it into a weapon. They nearly succeeded, and in the aftermath, Ripple found Hemlock mortally wounded. His last words weren't of regret, but of direction: find the shifting sands, Ripple. Only there can you learn to master your gift, and save us all. The journey was arduous. The shifting sands weren't marked on any map, existing only in whispers and fragmented poems. Ripple relied on her ability, the Echo Knight's gift, to create illusory duplicates of herself, scouting ahead, diverting dangers. Each echo wasn't merely a visual trick, they mirrored her movements, her thoughts, creating a disorienting dance of phantom warriors. But the obsidian hand anticipated her, laying traps that exploited the echo's weakness, a shared vulnerability. She learned to refine her technique, to create echoes that weren't perfect copies, but distortions, diversions, shields. Along the way, she encountered Zara, a desert nomad with an uncanny knowledge of the land and a distrust of all outsiders. Zara initially saw Ripple as another meddler, but her persistence, and a shared enemy in the obsidian hand, forged an uneasy alliance. Zara revealed the key: the shifting sands weren't a place, but a state of being, accessed through a hidden oasis veiled by illusions, guarded by trials that tested not strength, but perception. To find the oasis, Ripple had to confront her own reflections, not just physical ones, but the shadows of her doubts and fears. The oasis shimmered into existence, a mirage solidifying into reality. The trials weren't of combat, but of deception and self-awareness. Ripple navigated labyrinths of illusions, each reflecting a past failure, a regret, a fear. Her echoes became unstable, fracturing, threatening to overwhelm her. But she realized the key: embrace the chaos. Don't fight the reflections, become them. She learned to control the echoes not as extensions of herself, but as independent entities, each with its own purpose, its own will. Finally, she reached the heart of the oasis, a chamber bathed in golden light. There, she found not a weapon, but a convergence, a nexus of all her echoes, past, present, and future. Touching it, she unlocked a new level of control, able to solidify the echoes, imbue them with unique abilities, even send them into the past. Armed with this newfound power, she prepared to confront the leader of the obsidian hand, Kale, who had already begun using the sunstone to drain the desert's life force. The confrontation with Kale wasn't a battle of brute force, but a war of illusions. Kale had amplified his own echo with the sunstone, creating monstrous duplicates that ravaged the land. But Ripple was prepared. She unleashed a wave of echoes, not to attack, but to disrupt Kale's control, to overload his amplified echo with conflicting signals. The desert became a swirling vortex of reflections, real and illusory, blurring the line between reality and deception. But Kale, driven by a desperate hunger for power, fought back, unleashing a destructive pulse that shattered many of Ripple's echoes. She realized her mistake. She had been trying to defeat Kale with illusions, but he thrived in chaos. She needed to anchor herself, to ground her power in something real. She focused on the desert itself, on the memory of Old Man Hemlock, on the responsibility she carried. She solidified a single echo, a perfect copy of herself, imbued with all her strength and resolve, and charged at Kale, severing his connection to the sunstone. The obsidian hand crumbled without Kale's leadership. The desert began to heal, its springs replenishing, its dunes regaining their luminous glow. Ripple returned the sunstone to its resting place, understanding that its power was too great for any one person to wield. She didn't become a queen or a savior, but a guardian, a protector, a ripple in the desert's endless flow. Zara, now a trusted ally, continued to roam the dunes, sharing her knowledge and guiding travelers. Ripple continued to refine her abilities, not seeking to conquer or control, but to understand the delicate balance of the luminous desert. The echoes weren't just a weapon, but a reflection of life itself, a reminder that every action, every thought, creates ripples that reverberate through time and space. And Ripple, the Echo Knight, would continue to listen to those whispers, ensuring the desert's secrets remained safe, and its luminous glow never faded.